The people of the United States are being greatly wronged. They have been driven from their employments. They have been dispossessed from their homes. They have been evicted from their rented quarters. They have lost their children. They have been left to suffer and die for lack of shelter, food, clothing, and medicine. The wealth of these United States and the working capital have been taken away from them and has either been locked in the vaults of certain banks and the great corporations or exported to foreign countries for the benefit of the foreign customers of these banks and corporations. So far as the people of the United States are concerned, the cupboard is bare. It is true that the warehouses and coal yards and grain elevators are full, but these are padlocked, and the great banks and corporations hold the keys. The sack of the United States by the Fed is the greatest crime in history. Amen. Mr. Chairman, a serious situation confronts the House of Representatives today. We are trustees of the people. It's all about contracts, commerce. It's contract law, commercial law that they do in courts, man. You know, there's different stages. You know, there's elements to a contract. You know, and in trust law, contract law. You know, there's a trust fund. You know, for a trust, you'd have to have a trustee. You have to have a beneficiary, and you have to have a grantor. The trustee is the one who overlooks how the beneficiary is going to get paid. We are the beneficiaries. They are the trustees. Our birth certificate is kind of like the grantor. It is the title. It is the title to our estate. Okay, we are the living trust. We have a TDA, Treasury Direct Account. Okay, at one of the 12 Federal Reserve banks that he's talking about, in which we have unlimited credit. Unlimited credit. Why? Because they took our gold and silver. By maxim law, it says, he who creates an action must have a remedy. They took the action and did something that was unsovereign. They took our gold and silver. It went against the Constitution. The governments aren't sovereign. They're fictions. They're fictional entities. So they had to create a fictional entity with your name called your straw man. In the law dictionary, a straw man is a dummy corporation who takes place of another in a business transaction. That is your legal fiction that you unwittingly represent in the court of law, thinking that it's you, but it's not you. It's just your name. It exists on paper only. It's in all capital letters. It's a corporation. Because only corporations can contract corporations, so they had to create the corporation out of your name. That's why when you die, you're called a corpse. Sorry about that rant. So I'm going to kind of go a little bit fast. I'm on 28. I haven't even read all this entirely. Mr. Chairman, the United States is bankrupt. It has been bankrupt by the corporate and dishonest Fed. It has repudiated its debts to its own citizens. Its chief foreign creditor is Great Britain, and British bailiff has been at the White House, and British agents are in the United States Treasury making inventories and arranging terms and liquidations. The Fed has offered to collect the British claims in full from the American public by trickery and corruption. If Great Britain will help to conceal its crimes, the British are shielding their agents, the Fed, because they do not wish their system of robbery to be destroyed here. They wish it to continue for their benefit by means of it. Great Britain has become the financial mistress of the world. The Bank of London. She has regained the position she occupied before the World War. For several years, she has been a silent partner in the business of the Fed under threat of blackmail, or by their bribery, or by their native treachery to the people of the United States. The officials in charge of the Fed unwisely gave Great Britain immense gold loans running into hundreds of millions of dollars. They did this against the law. Those gold loans were not single transactions. They gave Great Britain a borrowing power in the United States of billions. She squeezed billions out of this country by means of her control of the Fed. The bank holiday right there is what they're talking about. The Emergency Banking Act, 1933. Get off there.